I am sure sports. You know me there, from coast to coast representing. I mean, say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices. Add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
William Day Memorial High School D-Cup Alumni presents its third annual fundraising barbecue on Memorial Day, May 30th, 2022. Wear your favorite jersey to Wilsonwood Park in Mount Vernon, New York. Remember to take exit 12 off the Hutchinson River Parkway. Music by DJ Mad Max of Sound 1000. Proceeds to aid the William Day High School Da Costa Cup team. For more information, contact Keegan 304-607-4034. Our codfish at 954-639-2991. Proud of people, it's important. Remember, make sure say oh no did that.
All right, greetings and welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I'm your host, Manning's Man. And it's going to be a very, very interesting program tonight. We're going to discuss Reggae Girlz football, Jamaica's football, having just seen the draw for the final stage of the World Cup qualifying campaign, which will be played in Monterrey, Mexico. Right? I will have with me coach of the team, Coach Vin Blaine. He will be speaking to us about the draw and giving us some update and on players and their availability and what the preparations and the plans will be like. But before I bring him on, first let me say a big thank you to the sponsors of this video. The sponsors are Launch Legacy. Launch Legacy. Yes, we want to say a big thank you to them. Launch Legacy, where they handle risk and seek legacy for all your personal insurance needs in Canada and the USA. Visit them at launchlegacy.com or call or text them at 647-989-0782. That's 647-989-0782. 647-989-0782. Launch Legacy. Also, a big thank you to Prestige Finance. Prestige Finance, lending a helping hand when you need it the most. You can give them a call at 876-884-7390. They will lend you up to 100,000 Jamaican dollars. Yes, and very easy, very simple. Low interest rate, 0 to 4% interest rate, no processing fee, and same day processing. I invite you to come on and be a part of the discussion. Good to see a couple of coaches on. I see Coach Lee Croft Letman from Mobile United. Blessings, Coach Lee Croft Letman. Good to see you. And Coach Rudolph Stennett, who is also part of the coaching staff there at Veer. And I also see Coach Javon Parchment, who runs an academy, El Futuro Academy, up there in Lawrence Tavern and things. So thank you all for joining, and good to see you, Mr. Rob Smith, as well. Malik Mills, the first one to join the show, and Fresh God, as usual, showing us a lot of love. Really appreciate that. So let me invite our guest tonight. Tell somebody that Coach Vin Blaine is on. One of the most successful national coaches we probably, let me say, I shouldn't say one of the most, but probably the single most successful in terms of his accomplishment, right? And and Coach Fresh God, yes, he is the one who coaches you how to like and subscribe to the video. Bless up yourself. But I think he's single-handedly accomplished more than anyone who has taken charge of our female programs. This includes qualifying a Jamaican team to the Pan American game. He has had the most successful runs to the final stages of qualifications with the senior team. But on 2 occasions, his teams in the final round was knocked out by Mexico. Incidentally, when there were only 3 teams qualifying, so Canada, the USA, and the final spot on 2 occasions went to Mexico because they knocked out Jamaica, and Coach Vin Blaine was the coach. But he has also led the first under-17 team to have tied with Mexico. All right, he's here tonight, and maybe he can clarify some of those things because my record and history may be incorrect. But welcome, Coach Blaine. Good to have you.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, listen, you need to give the people who don't know some of the things you have done, because they think you're hurry come up. Jamaica have this thing where they say the person hurry come up. They think you just popped up from somewhere. Mm-hmm. But I'd love for you to remind the public, firstly, before we get into the draw, that your stint with the under-20s, under-17, and the national team, and some of the things that you did as a coach with those teams.
Well, to start out with the senior team, with the national team, I really don't talk about these things, so a lot of people don't even realize that, that man, they don't know the history behind the national program. When we were in charge of the national program, we went to every single CONCACAF final round in all age groups. We always been to the final round. As you said, we lost out to Mexico twice in different age groups. Incidentally, the score was same 3-1 both times. As far as me personally goes, I was the coach at University of the West Indies women's team. I won everything there, intercol, tri-nation, tri-university games, all of that, those things. Harborview, coaching the women's team at Harborview. 5 straight knockout titles, 1 Premier League title. Coach Harborview Football Club, men's team, 1 year, won the Premier League. 2013, 2014 season, I won the Premier League with Harborview after only coaching that 1 year, and then I left. So you see, the only coach in Jamaica to have Premier League women, win Premier League women, and win Premier League men. So then I went to do the national program, So that is women's. I've always been coaching female. I coached under 15 boys at Harborview. 1 year, won the title. We never lose a game that year. Acosta Chung and those guys were on that team. The majority of the Jamaicans that are on the team right now that went to the World Cup were recruited by me. Bonnie, Khadija Shaw, Kanya Plummer, Denisha Blackwood, Trudy Carter, who is on the team now. All those were trained by me from their 14, 15. So I'm familiar with the program. I've always been around the program. But for the youngsters who don't know and never heard of Vin Blaine, might not know who's behind it. So I don't worry about that really when people say, you know, they don't know me or I'm a hurricane.
And you are also very instrumental, which a lot of people don't know, in terms of recruitment of players for the national team, even before you left the job. A lot of the players that ended up playing in that campaign that got to the World Cup were players that you actually recruited, including Marlo Sweatman,
Chinelu, Asha, you know,
Chinelu,
Strang,
Asha,
who never made it, but all those players, Khadija Shah, I mean, well, the overseas ones, a lot of them are recruited by me, so it's not just I'm in the program.
And even this,
but I don't blame people who don't know. I don't really. It doesn't bother me.
And even this player, this Courtney Douglas. She's a player that you recruited for under 15 and under 17, and then
under 17, not under 15.
Under 17, right?
Under 20, she played. Yeah.
And you're calling her back now into the.
Okay. Alika Keane, who scored from outside on the Grenada game. She was recruited by me when she was 16 or so. 15 plus, you know.
Okay.
So, you know. Did I say I mentioned Chinelu Asha?
Yes, Chinelu Asha and Marlo Sweatman were players that you also. Yes. You know? Okay, and then, well, with this present crop of players, you have also done some recruiting.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is Rebecca.
No, the players. No, the players that you see. The overseas players you see now.
Right.
Recruited by Coach
Busby.
Coach Busby.
Right. Which is Rebecca, Kayla McCoy.
All those were recruited by
Tierney Wilshire.
Yes.
And the two
the sisters.
The Swaby sisters.
I don't think it was Busby recruited those, because those girls were with the team from the World Cup.
From before, because they went to the World Cup.
Yeah, right. and Busby was the goalkeeper coach at the time. So it was London and Minzy that recruited those girls. But the recent crop, like Drew
Spence and Jade Bailey.
Paige, all those girls, I think it was on Busby's watch.
All right. So we saw the integration of Courtney Douglas,
Alika
Key. They also first time player, she played for the first time, Paige Bailey Gale.
Yeah.
Right, she played in the games. So those are three, and then Rebecca, her first, though she played a friend, this was her first official game.
Yeah.
It was Samson's first official game as well.
Yeah, from what I know. Yeah.
So some of these players are playing the first official game, and then we also now have who are some of the players who are going to be coming in. You think before we get to Monterey?
We're gonna get in Drew Spence, Jade Bailey, Satara Murray, and we have one more player coming out of Crystal Palace. We hope to get her in time. Her documentation should go in by next week. So I spoke to her today. You know, she never played. I think she did, was in a camp, but she never played in the game that I saw. But she's a natural left wing back and also midfielder.
Natural left back and a midfielder. I don't think we need any more midfielder, man. We have
no. We don't need. But we have people who can play midfield and also play up top. We have people who play midfield can play central defense.
Okay, is Jade Bailey plays defense and midfield?
She can play both.
Okay, what about Drew Spence? And
no, she's a number 8 type of player.
And she's a Chelsea player. Just for the people who don't know, you want to tell us a little bit about the players?
Right, she's a Chelsea player. Play midfield, been playing with Chelsea over a decade, and still is a well talked about player in the English league. But she is more of a number 8 type of player that moves up.
Okay. All right. So there are so many comments, but people, we need to give Coach Blaine some time, and then I'm gonna get to some of your comments. So Coach Blaine, tell us. I mean, we had a Jamaican taking the balls out. Her name is Alicia Dread Wilson, and she made some dreadful. She put us in a dreadful zone. I must say, the tougher of the two zones, in my opinion. The tougher of the two zones.
Yes.
But tell us how you're feeling and tell us what what are your thoughts, what are your expectations when you look at this draw, the zone. Our first game will be against
Against
Haiti,
Mexico.
then we play the
The
USA,
fourth.
and then Haiti is our last game.
Mexico, USA, then Haiti.
Yeah. So go ahead, give us your thoughts, man.
But the first thing I have to go to, Alicia Dread Wilson. She was my captain. She captained my team when we lost to Mexico one of the years. So the captain came and draw.
Yeah, she's former captain.
Yeah, she's a former captain when I coached it. I think it was in the early 20s. I think it's maybe after 2006 though. But she was like my captain. She also is one of them people who brings up some of the players through her college, which is Navarro College.
Yes, because and Abigail Navel is there now, and Lacey and Mother
Abigail,
Jamaica.
Abigail Navel,
Able, yeah.
Yeah.
And Lacey Moore is there as well.
The draw was any coach will tell you that the draw is one of the draws that have the top teams in there. My wishes were different, but I don't from the moment I saw the draw, nothing else bothered me from that time. The first thing I started doing is start thinking how we're gonna play against these teams. It doesn't matter. I don't want to talk about group of death. I don't want to talk about the teams. I mean, on paper, it's a good group, right?
Yeah.
We don't know what we're gonna do on the day when we play. Once we concentrate on how we're gonna play against them, that's all I can do, right? We're gonna analyze the teams and see where we have to play. I'm sure they're gonna analyze us, and they'll make a mistake if they take us lightly. Right, they're going to make a mistake if they start off and take us lightly. So we know what we have to do. We know it's USA, we know it's Mexico, we know it's Haiti. I am confident that we can do something, But as I say in Jamaica, mouth make for talk. So it's a coach's premonition, and I have to be positive. I think the girls you talk to the girls one way, they'll tell you that they can do it. They are more confident than the fans. And that's the way it should be. The fans must always be the ones who are saying the naysayers, But the girls, once they are positive and they have a mental preparation, the positive mental approach, we can do well. We have good players.
Yeah. I listen. I am confident. I know the record against the United States for all the teams in CONCACAF is poor.
Mm-hmm.
Including us, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of goal differential, we even in loss we have gotten closer to them, which means that maybe the gap is closing though slowly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know the record says that, like I said, Mexico has defeated us a couple of times in these crucial games, but Haiti we have had the upper hand when you look at the games that we have played. I think the last game was a 2-2 when we had a weakened team. Mm-hmm. So I am confident that we should finish second in this group, but
and I hope you're right.
You can't be overconfident. But is there anything though you think like we, as a team, we need to, we don't want to let out all the secrets? But what are some of the obvious areas that your opponent, scouting, they're probably looking at that, these are the areas that we are going to address as we head to Monterrey? I'm glad that the games are not being played in the Azteca, so I hope the altitude is not a factor in Monterrey. I don't know what it's like, but I'm glad that it's not at the Azteca.
Well, I must sound like a broken record when that question is asked of me. As I tell you that I believe defensively, our defensive line and also our defensive unit as a team needs to improve. Our speed of play needs to improve a little. Well, need to improve, and that comes from the fact that the ball is not being passed around at a good pace. So those are some of the things we're going to be looking at. You see how indiscipline we got in the game against Damrep in the 20th minute, 21st minute, 25th minute by our two central midfielders pushing out too wide and leaving the space. And also we don't defend back when the ball breaks the line between our midfield and defenders. The midfielders turn and watch instead of coming back and pressure the ball. In the game against Damrep, the goal was scored because our two central midfielders stood up and never stepped in to close down the play with the ball. She had 2 touches on the ball. She shouldn't. After the first touch, she shouldn't have gotten.
She have been closed down. Yeah.
Yeah. So those are areas that I think might recur, and we have to make sure that those areas are understood by the players, that they have to do play a certain way. Attackingly, we had them playing the way we want them to play with width. We never had that in the Grenada game, and it cost us. So we have that part of it okay. There's another area we are not making a lot of runs behind the defense. I think if we start doing that, we'll have some people in trouble. If we can get a Jody Brown to make a diagonal run, she did one in the Cayman game, and 1v1 through the pass. Carter passed the ball to her in the space, and she ran and she got the ball and scored. So we have to look more of those things. If utilize money, Khadija Shaw more. We are taller than them, so we have to probably make some crosses in. I don't want to give away the word, whatever we want to do, but on the day we're gonna have an opponent that we now have to work them out when the game starts.
Yeah. Also, I noticed, like I said, that we're getting the Jade Bailey midfielder, Drew Spence midfielder. I know Wilson is a left back midfielder. Where Sashana Campbell plays. It's always good to have cover, but what about in the right back position? I know one of the Swaby sisters have been deployed there in the past. I don't know if that is her favorite position, because I know
the Swaby sister Chantel was deployed at the left back most often.
Left back mostly, right? There you go.
And she also did a stint in the number 6 position, the central midfield.
Yeah. The
right side, normally Sashana Campbell would play there. That's where she played. But I switched her to the left because we never had a left-sided player.
Yeah.
So we have 2 right-sided players. We had to use one that was familiar with the game. So I've Sashana been with me from she's about 14. So I know her character and mental state. And she follows instructions well. Maybe not the dynamic left back that you want, but you have to utilize her to her strength, So she stays back there. She had not given up a goal as such from her side.
Yeah.
And so on the right side now we have Satara Murray that's coming in. She played in games. Yeah.
She played in the practice games.
Yeah, she played 2 practice games. I think she played in the
Costa Rica
game
and Nigeria.
I think she played in Nigeria game, if I'm not mistaken. But she's ready. She'll be ready. Right, she's strong. Right, she's with Bristol City. She's strong, quick. So it's just for her for us to work her into the defensive line and how we want them to play.
Here's a big question. The next big question is, I'm glad to know. Listen, people, so because people have been asking about our right back. So there you go. We have Satara Murray. If we get the left back, who is Wilson from Crystal Palace, it means that you also have Sashana, who can play right back. You also have Tierney Wilshire, and then you have the Swaby sister. So that's awesome. No,
and then we have Courtney Douglas, and as can play central defense.
Okay. Bon Flasso didn't make it to the last game.
She was injured,
Okay.
She was injured.
Yeah. All right. So let me just answer this question. Let me just take a couple. She plays for Bristol City in England, Boss Thomas. That's Satara Murray, and Douglas came in as a centre back in the last window. And also, I don't know if you know it, but Jade Bailey can play centre back. She's a midfielder, but she has played centre back before.
For her club, when they go 5-3-2 or 5-1, she plays in the middle 3 and the 5.
In the middle 3, right? So she can play in a back 3. That's where I've seen her deployed. So you have good
She's
coverage
very
here.
disciplined.
The question is, can all of these people make the final pick? Because I mean, this sound like to half your team already. Like when you count the defenders and the 3 goalkeepers, that's 13 people. You don't have any midfielders and forward yet. And it's a 23. Maybe that is going to be the hardest thing. Like, who are the 23 players? Because they're, if there are no injuries, that is.
Yeah. Well, it's a good problem for a coach to have, So I'm not worried about. We have players to choose from. It's a matter of today I met with the coaches and I went through certain things about players there. So it's a matter of us just putting things together. We have abundance of midfielders and attackers, forwards.
Yeah. See, the question someone asked, how many people you plan on naming to the squad? It sounds like a lot of people, because I counted in terms of those who came and those who coming in and available are around 35 players.
Well, remember we had players who came in because of these players couldn't make it.
Okay, well, that is true.
So we plan to have at least 24 in camp. As a matter of fact, I would love to get 26 because it will be good to have a choice and not let them free be that this is the 23,
Yes.
Our players will want to look at, but it all depends on the finances and how we go about how it works out that way.
Okay. Yeah, what will be the preparation like leading into what would be your ideal preparation leading into the tournament, seeing that it's a different context now because these girls are not in college and can probably take a week out of school. We have players in Hungary, in Scotland, in England, just all over, in Sweden. I mean, how best?
Well, we are looking. We have not made a decision, but we are in talks. I have not discussed with the players as yet because we have to let them. But I know definitely we can't do anything till after May or towards the end of May, because the players have games. There are also 2 players are also involved in the FA Cup. So they might go up until about the 20th or somewhere there. But we're looking at having 2 camps, not in Jamaica. I can tell you that much. Too much distraction. So I want to have camps in European countries where we're gonna get some top games. We're looking at games with national teams, but if we can't get them, we'll find top clubs that can push the young ladies.
You hear me?
I'm hearing you.
I lost you a while ago.
Yeah, okay. And that's me what I was saying?
Yeah. I hope you're hearing people. We don't know what happened. Somebody trying to interrupt a very important conversation. I hear you saying that Jamaica is too much distraction in Jamaica. You're gonna be having the camp hopefully in European countries.
Yeah.
2
different ones we're looking at.
Okay.
So we'll do one and then move to another. But I can't put out too much because the young ladies have friends that might listen to your show and keep telling them. And I don't want the information to be, given to them like that. I have 2 places in mind. We are talking to them, but I can't give you details on it because it's not something that's confirmed.
Okay. Well, that's good. That sounds like a plan. Listen,
Yes.
people out there who have money, you have to bring in some money so that the camps can be added up, because
That's
we don't
right.
want to hear. I don't want when Coach Blaine goes to the federation and say, listen, I want us to go and have a camp in Monte Carlo. As an example, they say, well, we can't afford it. We don't want that. We want to make sure that the resources are there to facilitate the proper preparation of the young ladies for the camp. And this would also mean that we have to find proper accommodations and stuff. So there's a team who will go ahead to kind of sort out those things.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The other important, I think part of the important thing, will there be practice games that we'll be playing before we get into this tournament, or just camps that we'll be having?
No, the purpose of the camp is to have a game in the camp. Depending on how the conditions, we might end up having three games. You know, if you see Mexico playing Peru twice before they go to before they come to the tournament.
Okay.
You know, so we have to. When I had a team earlier down in the 2000s, my practice game was my first game in the competition. So
no, we can't have that this time because
no,
our
things
first
have
game
changed.
is against.
Things have changed, you know. So where we get practice games and we have, you know, so it's good. It's good to know we're getting practice games at a camp. And
our first game is against the host. I mean, this is they're hosting the tournament, so they are going to come pumped up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we coming pumped up too.
Yeah. Is there any player you have any concern about in terms of recovery from injury for at this point, or you know, because
No.
I know we haven't even heard from Havana. And Blackwood, we have not heard anything from Blackwood.
Right.
I know Matthews is probably going to be out.
No, she's out. Matthews and Kanya out.
Okay.
But we have players. We have players that we can count on and who are ready. No other injuries within the camp.
Okay. All right. I see Neo here says, let me just find out. I have a couple of comments that I wanted to respond to. It says, Coach, now that you know your group, if you could get any friendly you wanted to prepare, which country would you wish to play?
Well, I'm looking. I can answer it this way. I'm looking teams that will probably bring the same style, but doesn't have to play it exactly like them. But okay, for instance, I know they're going to come and press us, and we want to do the same. So we want teams that we can that can push us, you know, in that regard. It doesn't matter if they play 4-3-2, 4-3-10, whatever it is. You know, it doesn't matter. And now we can competent players to play against. We have clubs that we can do. Because I don't have a particular country to play against. If you can play a USA, you have to play teams that are pressing, serious pressing, and also move the ball very quickly and very disciplined in the back. You know, I don't want a team that I'm going to run over. I might want a team that we can run over at the last game where the girls
build confidence,
some confidence, you know.
Yeah.
But apart from that, just a team that is competent enough to give us a little pressure for us to be able to implement what we want them to do.
Style of play.
Different areas of the pitch.
I think Sweden and Wales, those teams, Ireland, probably if you're going to be in Europe, you know, those teams could probably, could probably offer the kind of high press game that we will experience from a Mexico or a USA in our opening game. But that's a good start, and then you play an easier team at the back end to enter the tournament with a kind of confidence. You know, you bang in a couple of goals, get your forwards going, so they enter with a particular. I like that idea, Coach. I see here. Jamaica Youth Travel says, how can the diaspora support the Reggae Girlz preparation? Is there any merchant mechanism set up where we can contribute financially or otherwise?
There is no mechanism that I know of more than to get in touch with the association and find a way to do that. Or if we are traveling and we are in a certain particular area, they can probably provide things for us. You know, I know most of the thing that most of the expense comes in on the end where we have to have hotels and, you know, transportation and food. Jamaican youth travelers can also maybe help with getting discounts if they can travel. I don't know, you know, or sponsor a couple. What I would want to see, and we're thinking about that, is a corporate Jamaica to sponsor a couple of players, maybe one or two players, and then so each player will be able to. I want incentive for the players. You know, I want incentive for the players, which they do have in their contract. But as you move along, you know, incentives sort of just like the Americans, incentive is very good for the players. When they know they're playing for something, it's their country, yes. But in the days where you used to play for your country and that's it, that gone through it for a long time. It's a matter of getting incentive for them. If somebody out there want to help the JFF, I would suggest that they could email the JFF, call them and see, if in what way they can help.
Okay, because I thought they had the foundation that they have is not a foundation for the girls.
Yeah, there's a foundation that operates out of Florida. I think they're still in operation. I don't know. I don't quite remember. I think it's called Reggae Girlz Foundation.
Okay.
It actually was being operated by one of the players' mom, originally. So I don't know if that is in existence. I don't know how you can get in touch with them. But the JFF would have had that information.
But I like the plan they proposed, because part of the way to do it is if the players are, for example, staying in Houston, just as an example,
yes,
then having persons, Jamaicans there who can probably take care of certain responsibilities,
yes.
like all right, I will provide a refreshment for this training session. Stuff like that sometimes are very, very, very important, because every mickle, they say make a muckle in Jamaica. Don't know what a mickle is and don't know what a muckle is, but the saying make a lot of sense. Yeah. Neo then says, Coach, considering our recent success and pedigree, aren't there many countries clamoring to play
Jamaica?
Not to pay for friendlies against us, to pay for friendlies.
I'm hoping, but I can't say for sure. Normally you get to the stage, you have people reaching out to play you. But I've been planning without that in mind, because I have to do the plans, and if that comes up, then we're glad also.
Yeah. All right. Then management is Kanye injured or out for personal reasons. All right, Coach, if the JFF said them don't have no money, just put a half a drum in every parish and we full them for the girl. Full them with what? Khalid Clark. With money.
Open that mango.
Khalid Clark.
You know something? Management, you see that in the early 20s and 2000s, I used to go to parishes, and when the girls get funds there too. I told you, I think I told you before, I did a thing with Beanie Man years ago. We made $1.2 million. We played against IRFM. We raised $300,000 at the gate.
Yes.
I remember the IRFM game. Yeah, those things used to happen and take some pressure off the association, but of the federation. But I don't know what plans they have. That is not my purview. It's for them to decide how they're going to raise the funds.
Yeah, we need to talk to the marketing person, because I think whether or not the federation has money, putting a drum around there, probably a drum around for people, put it in a secure place, because this is Jamaica now, put it in a secure place. But there are ideas out there that, we need to probably get somebody from the marketing department to come and look at how we can. It's better, because I always believe it's better to have more resources, have it and don't need it, than you need it.
Yeah.
And you don't have it. And so, yeah. But also, remind us, I have some more comments, but I want you to remind us how the qualification works, because, in terms of who qualifies and how does it work?
Well, you have the 6 group winners join the USA and Canada, and we are in 2 groups now. The top 2 from each, after round robin played in both groups, the top 2 teams automatically make it to the finals. The winner of the
finals of the World Cup.
The World Cup, yeah.
Okay.
Make it to the finals also to see who wins the tournament. It's actually called the 2022 CONCACAF Championships. So whoever wins that automatically also goes to the Olympic.
So first and second go to the Olympic, and they also qualify.
First go to Olympic.
First go to the Olympic.
Yeah, and then the second and third place playoff to see who the next team that go to the Olympic. And then the two third place teams in the groups will play off in another group to see who get the third spot, for the fifth spot for CONCACAF. If they win, if not, the other team go with their confed.
Okay, so 4 teams will go through automatically to the World Cup.
Yes.
All right, so listen to that. 4 teams. The first place team goes directly to the World Cup.
Yes.
All right, the second place team will play the third place team for the other Olympic spot.
The 2 and third place will play off. I'm not sure if they play each other, but I know that they're playing to
all right.
More like it's each other.
Then the third place teams in the zone, in each zone,
yes,
will have a player.
Yeah, and the one with another confederation.
I thought
not the 2 teams go against each other.
Okay. So both of those teams will enter some other confederation or playoff, and then one can still qualify.
Yes.
So 5 teams can qualify.
Yes.
Oh,
we have 4.5, 4.5 spots. The half spot is because you have to play off for that.
Oh, I thought they said we had 5.5. I thought it was 5.5. It's 4.5.
4, yeah, 4.5.
4.5. Okay, okay. Somebody saying that the Reggae Girlz foundation is quite active in Instagram, so persons can contact them via there.
Yeah,
so there's an active foundation.
Yeah.
They said they have an Amazon, where a percentage of the Amazon purchases go to the foundation. Said moms run the foundation.
Shade.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her who runs the foundation.
Yeah, all right. Neil says, hi, it's not a half bad idea. Carry 2 girls to Jamaican congregation here in the US and people will fill the collection plate. We need an interview with the GFF. Oh, jeez. All right, I'll do that. Coach, get all the help you can to qualify the girls, a defensive, set play, midfield, attacking, fitness coach, and team psychologist at a minimum. Team also need at least 4 solid practice games. Yeah, but those things are in place. You know, Coach Blaine has, how many persons make up your team right now? Because you have a huge coaching staff, you know. Unless they were just sitting on the bench and they're not coaching staff. But
we have the same, everything that he has here. I have 3 assistant coaches really for different areas. We have a fitness coach. We had a psychologist, but it's in the making to come back. We have doctor, we have physiotherapist, masseuse. So we have all those people around the team. Yeah, this is a different approach to when it was just me and Xavier Gilbert was everything. Sometimes equipment man too. But this is a different approach now to the national program.
Okay. Welcome. Rochelle Brown says, do you believe we will end in the top 2?
That's our aim. Going into it, that's what we want to do. I still believe we have a chance of doing it. Yes, we are playing against good teams, but our team, I think we have the players that can do it. If I was to back a team right now, that squad that I have, I think once the girls show up on the day, it's not going to be an easy team to beat. So we can do it.
Yeah. Then I say coach got it wrong. Carl Blake know what is going on. Carl Blake says the 2 group winners automatically goes to the Olympics. The top 2 in each group goes to the World Cup automatically. The 2 third place team will go into the intercontinental playoff.
Right. I didn't know. That's not what I heard today in the conference that we had about 2 automatically goes to the Olympics. I didn't hear that. I hear the second team playoff. That's what I heard today in the conference that we had with CONCACAF. So I could be wrong, but that's what I heard about 2 automatically go. I know they say second and third place playoff or something. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I stand corrected.
Yeah. All right. So I come into some more comments, people. Coach, why so much people fear Haiti? I don't think they can beat the girls. All right.
Well, I don't know. I don't fear them. I definitely don't fear them.
And the girls don't fear them. Listen, let me say this, people. Like a lot of persons, I realize that a lot of persons recently started watching female football. That's part of the problem, you know. And so let me say this, and when I tell people about Jamaica, I tell them about Jamaica in this context, coach, and you can let me know. When it comes down to female football, Jamaica has no rival in the Caribbean. In female football, we have never had any rival.
We had rival in the early with Trinidad.
With Trinidad, we were just starting.
Yeah, Haiti wasn't a rival at that time.
At that time. When I say rival, when you talk about like on the male side, Jamaica generally has hard times with Trinidad, but when you look at tournaments, that Caribbean tournaments with a youth coming up, Jamaica. So for someone to say anything about Haiti and Jamaica, I don't think they have followed female football. Jamaica always advanced to the final stages. The teams that beat us the most is USA and Canada.
Yeah.
In this region.
Yeah. In the earlies, our nemesis was because we used to have USA first, Canada second all the time, and then the third place playoff was between us and Mexico. That was the top four for years, you know. And we just couldn't get by them. But we never had a team like what we have now. Yeah. So but coach, I like the plan. I mean, I like the fact that we're gonna have some camps. You know, we just have to hope that all the girls are, you know, free. I know that we can do a lot of scouting as well, because I know the Mexicans play in the Mexican league, because there's a top female league going on over there. I don't know how that is. I think that is somewhere a place where I think we need to expand in terms of our ability as a nation. How much time do we spend scouting and looking at clips and tapes and videos? So I hope you and the coaching staff, there's somebody or persons analyzing these teams. We do have analysis. And I watch, all I do is watch. I watch the games. I watch Mexico play. I watch USA play. I watch Haiti play. I do it on a daily basis. I watch a game over and over. And the staff is doing it now. Right now we are analyzing the games analyzing Mexico and Haiti. Right? I know how USA play. But we have to target the team that we think we have a better chance of beating, you know, and then we still have to look at USA, but in a different way. But it's a matter of just targeting, looking at the games and see what's happening, how they play.
Yeah. How do you approach a tournament? So you play Mexico first. I mean, what mindset now you have for the USA game? Do you know, like, you know,
depends. It depends, you know.
Yeah, we're gonna give everything to the Haiti game and just
tournaments. You don't have to win every game, or you don't have to do that. So our first game, every team that plays it, me as a coach would love to win my first game. So we are going to try to win the game against Mexico. That's what the mindset is. And then the rest of the tournament now we develop how the other games finish up. You know, just like how it happened when we played the first round, we looked at how we looked at Damrep. They were kicking up a storm, scoring goals. But people don't realize how they score their goals. You know, when they played, not to waste much time on this, but when they played Grenada had no goalkeeper in the goal. I know the goalkeeper, I was working there. She gave up 6 easy goals, you know, as if she wasn't in the goal. When we played Grenada, they put a new girl in the goal and she had a very good game. You know, we didn't have so much of a good game, but the young lady stopped a lot of goals. But I look at the games like that. You know, it doesn't mean that because a team play one way against another team, they're going to do the same thing against you. But there are some basic things that happen in the game that I know it will repeat itself as far as how they rotate and all that. Maybe not the incident in the game. So we have to look at how they move. One thing I know we have is pace. So we have to play to that. On both wings we have pace, and in the middle we have pace, and in the central area we have composed the players. So we have to make use of those areas.
Yeah, and I also think that coming off the bench, we can provide, and I think this is one of the advantages we have. We have enough. I tell people this: if you look at the Jamaican team, it's kind of funny how our best player has not given us the lead
in none of the games.
Mm-hmm. So normally when our best player score, we are ahead.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I mean, Mark, you not saying that she can't, but the point I'm trying to make is that though she's very instrumental to how we play, we can score goals even if she's not scoring.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a major target. And this is Khadija Shaw.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that we have so many persons around scoring goals is also so we're not dependent on any one person.
Mm-hmm.
The
fact, you know, the fact is that they have to pay attention to her. She occupies at least 2 players, sometimes 3. You know, and that's what we hope for, so we can free up spaces. This is why I'd say that the runs behind their defense is critical for us to get under, make sure we do those things. But you make a good point. I've said to people that we scored 5 goals in 15 minutes against Cayman. She never scored 1. And she scored in the second half at the 52nd minute or something like that.
All the games. I don't ever realize all the games she scored in the second half.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm saying it's not bad enough, but it just shows that we have other players that because of the kind of attention that she attracts, we have players who can score.
Yes.
And I think sometimes when we, you know, just somebody out there and stuff, when you look at football, don't look at Haiti scoring 21 goals. You understand me? Because that's never, I always told people, the best measurement of Jamaica was not against Grenada, was not against Bermuda, because I did not expect them to beat us. I expected them to put up a fight.
Yeah.
That's not the best measurement. All right? The game that was the best measurement was really Dominica, and they look ordinary. Damrick, sorry. In fact, I would say that defensively, it was harder for us to break down Bermuda in the National Stadium than it was for us to break down Dominican Republic at Sabina Park on a worse surface. The game, you see what I mean?
Yeah, man. And this is why when I was discussing Damrick and everybody keep asking me about Damrick, I say you guys keep forgetting that they have to play Bermuda before they play us. Yeah, and Bermuda was not easy team to walk over, and their resilience showed. They conceded a goal finally and from a free kick, because even though they were camping out in Bermuda's half, they still never scored. The free kick came from both and it's a bad setup. The wall was badly set up, and the keeper was a little bit too much behind the wall, and that's what caused the goal. Because if she stood up 1 foot to her left, she ball have gone straight to her. And then so it's a tough loss for her, but it also helped us that we only went in with a 5-goal deficit. So when we came in the Cayman game, you know, we had to overcome that easily.
Yeah. Malik is saying, Coach, what can we do to get them women league in Jamaica back running?
It's to I always say to coaches that run the women's league and managers and clubs, we have to ensure that we are putting out a good product. The discipline in the women's game fell down a few years ago and created that situation. Sponsorship will only come to a product that that they see value in. We need sponsorship for the women's league. And we need for the schoolgirls football and the Premier League. Premier League for me should start at the age of under 20. That's what I'm saying now at this stage, and then build it from there. But it needs sponsorship, and the people who are surrounding these teams have to understand that they can't let the girls behave worse than the boys. because the girls are always going to be under scrutiny, although the boys did some terrible things, right? So the girls game is special, needs special attention, but because you have fights in the Premier League, and the one fight you have in a girl game, it on the news from 5 days straight, you know, and the women's game is not like that. It's the purest form of the game because they don't fake injuries, they don't do all those things that the boys do, they don't kick and slap one another. But if you have one incident in there, is what they highlight on the TV. So we have to recognize that we need to pay special attention, and this doesn't come from the players alone. It comes from the people surround the team, right? The management, the staff, the coach. If the coach don't carry himself in a good way and behave a certain way, the girls are going to follow you. If you look at male team, when you have an aggressive coach, the team going to be aggressive because they don't have anybody to any what you call it now, role model.
Yeah.
But the girls need special treatment. We need to get back the women's program on board. We need that definitely. It's something that I have addressed, not addressed to start back, but I've spoken about that from even before I came back here.
Yeah. Let me say this. I'm going to take some more comments, but I have to answer CC. CC, listen. I respect every opponent that Jamaica plays. Dominica, Grenada, Bermuda. The issue I have with a lot of the so-called analysts. So you're saying that your comment is that I'm reasoning as a fan, and that's fine. As a fan, Haiti can't beat us, but as an analyst, they are an obstacle we must overcome and not take lightly. Nobody said that we're going to take them lightly. I don't think we have had that discussion. The issue I have with a lot of our fans is that when it comes on to Jamaica, Haiti can beat us. Dominica can beat us. Bermuda can beat us. Trinidad can beat us. Grenada can beat us. Right? So we must not take them lightly. But the same person, when we're going to play to Canada against Canada and the USA, say who? We can beat Canada, we can beat the USA. So the nations that are less than us, we talk about them that they can beat us. But the nations that are better than us, we can't beat them. So it seems like there's no respect for Jamaica. We are supposed to respect everybody. We are supposed to respect those below us. We are supposed to respect those above us. But who's supposed to respect us? Nobody. Because we are Jamaica. That is my issue with the reasoning. In the same way Haiti can beat us, let us come on and talk that we can beat America. If that's how the conversation is going to go. That's all I am saying. That's what I want. It goes both ways. Of course, we respect all the opponents. And all the opponents must... You think USA don't fear Bonishaw? They do. Yeah. Jamaica. Oh, there you go, sir. So when you start, there you go. Right. We can beat them. Thank you, sir. So no, we're on the same side, man. But I don't like when we talk about Jamaica, you know, everybody saw that Dominica, well, not everybody. So many people, coach. Boy, Dominica playing good. Look what Dominica did. They're going to beat Jamaica. Oh, boy, Bermuda. I've been tracking Bermuda. Bermuda going to beat Jamaica. Hey, Grenada. Hey, Grenada, I'll give Jamaica a hard time. We beat them. All right? Now, when Jamaica is going to play USA, guess what? Hey, we can't beat this, we can't beat that, and they're at a different level. If you are going to say to me, Jamaica, USA is at a different level than Jamaica, then you have to allow me to say that Jamaica is at a different level than the Trinidad and the Haitis. It can't go one way. All right? Thank you. Thank you very much. But we're not taking them lightly, but it's levels to this thing. Big up my Chelsea friend, my Harbour View friend, not Chelsea. We got my Chelsea. It's Chelsea versus my Harbour View friend Dre. Bless up, all right. USA fear which Bonishaw. You forget a 6. Them giveaway.
No. The score was 4-0. The score was 4-0 in the practice, and Bonnie never played.
And Bonnie didn't play.
No. If that's the game he's talking about.
Yeah, there you go, sir. Yeah.
That must be in the that he probably talking about in the World Cup. I don't know if we had played USA either.
We never played him in the World Cup.
No, I don't know.
Unless it is the last qualifiers he's talking about.
Oh.
And if you look at the last qualifiers, listen, we got 8, we got 6, we got 4. So the scoreline is coming down, and we spoke about that earlier, that maybe the gap is not as wide as it used to be. There's a time when we were getting 8, we started getting 6, now we're getting 4.
But look at the quality of the team now. You have to look at the quality of the team, you know.
Yeah.
It was Bunny alone working up top.
Yeah. Triple E says, I feel optimistic with the group JA in. It will only get better. The group ain't getting any better. No, it's not changing, what you know. But Coach Blaine getting a lot of support. Vin Blaine, I'm getting to respect it. The statement about Bailey can be scratched now. The JFF has no plans, and they're not too honest. All right. I don't believe in voodoo. I don't know what. Oh, he's talking Haiti. Jamaica should try to stop the USA from scoring. That's how we will have a chance. Yeah, just set up defensively. I think that would be good. USA respect Bunny, but they don't fear Bunny. Yeah, a good point. Good point, Fabian Full. They respect her, but you know, yeah. But and then Rob Smith is saying, but Bunny used to tear up girls in the NCAA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then
different kind of defenders though.
Yeah.
In the USA, you have excellent defenders, but listen, they can be scored on. You know, they played New Zealand in a practice game with all the newcomers, and it was 0-0. And they say the worst result they've ever had. You know, but they say go.
Yeah. I like the coach and how he interacts with the media and public. Big up, Mr. Blaine. One
Thanks,
view.
man.
This man is a Chelsea man, you know, and all of a sudden he comes in the group. He mentions nothing about Chelsea. All he's talking about is Harbourview now. You forget everything.
It's a Harbourview man, so maybe that's why I'm beginning up to.
Yes. Jody Brown. You mean if Jody Brown is in? Jody Brown is in. Yeah. So the quality of the team has improved.
Yes.
But not the
coach.
But not the coach.
When the coach was them kill him, and when the players, the quality of the coach, and if you ask whatever his name, why, you know, why? What have you? What is there that? What kind of facts can be proven that the coach didn't improve?
Oh,
you know, not that I want anything like that, but very reason must reason with facts and just not the heart.
Yeah. CC was suggesting that they let me tell you something. Let me just say something to people, right? I don't think there's anything that you can say. Let me just tell you this, like that Coach Vin Blaine is going to be offended by or say not talking to the media. Unlike some people who would get upset and saying, listen, he will come back and he will talk. All right. So the point I'm making to you is that he's not thin skin. All right.
Even everybody has an opinion. That they're right in their opinion.
So trust me. His personality, you're not going to offend him, because if he don't want to talk to you, he will not talk to you. But he will not run away or shun from the media and stating his opinion. All right. So big up, Brown Beer. What do you think of the format? He was suggesting that they have the same format as the men, which is the travel home and away. But I think female football right now probably don't get the support. So I think financially, CC, it would have. I don't know why you think. Is that the reason, coach, or some other reason as to why?
No, let me tell you. People must understand that men run corporate Jamaica, right? And the women who does sometimes don't really give us the support. But any sport, look at netball, for instance, right? And Marvel Bernard and I used to talk about that. Netball hovers between the third and fourth in the world in the world, you know, and they have to struggle for sponsorship. You know, a team that runs third or fourth in the world. We're talking about England and those countries, Australia, and we're up there with them and they're not getting any support. Right now, they're not getting any. Right? And soccer football is the same thing. Because a lot of people don't believe that girls should play football. So it's that. But netball is a female sport traditionally. Although you have male teams around the place, but traditionally a 90% female sport. They're not getting the support. It's just a cultural thing. I call it culture. I don't know. They don't get the support. USA get the support, but they still USA made soccer in America. And I put my damn back and say that. They are the ones that made football rise in the USA, and they have to be fighting to get support. Jamaica, it will be the same. You know, any country, Jamaica, Trinidad, St. Kitts, St. Lucia, every country have the same problem. How we're going to change, I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. One of the ways that I would love to change is to go to the World Cup, and then use that as a platform to get our girls back into the sport here. And also to get corporate Jamaica to take us seriously. Yeah.
Let me say, God bless you with respect. Thanks for coming in the chat. Temper my expectation. I tell you people, and that is true. You hype up like the reggae boys. Yeah, I do. Listen, because I am a diehard Jamaican fan. All right, so I am going to. I have all expectations that the girls are going to go through. That's me. Will it happen? I don't know. But if you ask me, I am fully confident that we have a good enough team, a good coach that can lead us to at least second in the group, which is qualification. I'm saying if out of this, 3 teams are coming out of the zone, worst case scenario, we don't finish first or second. I think even if we were in third, I still think we have a whole lot of chance of going through. That's me. It's okay if the next person says they don't have that level of confidence, but that's just me. I'm like that. I am confident in the young ladies. I am more confident in them than the reggae boys, because again, these girls, though they are new, they have played together. They have been around, so there's a core of them that have been playing together for a while. And our team has been getting better over the years. And so that is my position. But it's okay if different persons feel differently about it. Nothing is wrong, you know, with that. Dante says, we did a beat Vin in the previous game before Dammer because we did look clueless, but see some improvement. So I forgive him credit. And then
let me toss you brown beer.
Huh? Yeah, that is. Coach Blaine, you need to talk to Broadbeer. Marcus Mosiah says, the way Coach Blaine talk, I can't diss him. I used to be on every platform and burn him out. But the way him talk, let me easy and give him a chance. Right.
You see, wise man, Marcus Mosiah Garvey, so must be wise.
And then winning the first game will build their confidence.
Yeah, that is true.
John American says, I appreciate the willingness to talk to the media and fans by the coach. It is a breath of fresh air. Jamaican fans have been yearning for a winning Jamaica team. Big up coach Vin Blaine. And then CC in response to said that I am sure sports, my reason for saying this is in 2018, USA never made it to the men's World Cup in Russia, but under this format, USA is almost certain to qualify for the World Cup plus Canada, which is, and then he says, unfair. But CC, it wasn't the USA who really changed the format, you know. It was the president of the Canada football became the president of CONCACAF, and he added 2 more teams. So I don't know if we can, we keep signing again. Signing again. Is it Arsenal or Arsenal parent club? We are in the correct group. Panama and Costa Rica are more competitive than Mexico and Haiti. Whoa. That's another
opinion again, you know. People see the game differently, you know. I mean, so it can be that some people look at the game in a very tactical way and come up with their own reasoning. Some people just look emotion and say what they say. But that's their opinion.
Yeah. See, Neo says Neo is a former Woolmere, and he says, I don't see our private sector coming out big until we have stronger and business savvy domestic teams with merchandising.
Yeah, they tried that. That was tried a few years ago. It's hard to get. That's almost a franchising, and it was tried a few years ago. But even in Trinidad, they had a women's professional league. I know we are sort of messing with the idea, but it won't work. If your local Premier League can't work, the professional league won't work. And they tried it in Trinidad, because I had players that were there playing. I had 5 players from Jamaica playing in the league over there. You have players from Mexico playing. You have players from USA playing in the league in Trinidad. It never lasted 3 months or 4 months, and they received some funding from the government too. It's something that serious conversation needs to take place.
Yeah.
And you're right. The private sector coming out big, we have to sell a product, and it's not easy.
Yeah, but I don't know. I struggle with this now because I'm saying, like, our Reggae Girlz, I know Sherwin Williams back in the days used to sponsor the female league. I think Sherwin Williams, right?
But for the years.
For years. All right. So
they're the only ones.
All right. So the Reggae Girlz are success. They qualified for the last World. Since that time, since we qualified, it's just USA who has defeated us.
Yeah.
We haven't really lost a competitive game since the World Cup, really. All right, for the most part. So the team is doing well. I think they should have a women's Gold Cup, but that's our next conversation. A female version of the Gold Cup.
It's getting there. It's going to get there.
Yeah. Okay, great. But my point is, but I still don't see, like, you have like, females to me can be such better brands because they don't come with a lot of drama. Like men and issues and attire and all of those things. Like, you look at a female footballer, it's like a normal woman. When you look at a male footballer, sometimes you wonder if he was a gangster or a footballer. You don't have some of those difficulties with the professional female footballers. All right. So I'm thinking, like, Bonisha is a brand. I don't see her being as big as she is, attracting the kind of sponsor in our female program. Jody Brown is doing significant things at Florida State. I don't see her brand taking it on. We have a player from Liverpool coming to represent Jamaica, a player from Chelsea, player from Tottenham, player from Leicester, player from Manchester City. So we have players in some of the top clubs. I know we have players playing in the Hungary, the Scottish League, the league in Hungary. So we have players playing in some of the top leagues in the world, in the USA. So with all of this and winning, why aren't we seeing more private sector? Like, what is the missing link that we need to get, especially for this campaign, so all the financial resources are available to the female program to ensure that they succeed?
The missing link, the missing link is the fact that our culture doesn't support women's football. But in the same breath, I have to say it doesn't promote. The only thing they promote, and it's an individual sport, is track and field, and it's not them promoted. You understand? I mean, the schools are the ones that really come out and do that. And just like UWI, for instance, you go to UWI, you are coached up by UWI. The games that are played, but they've got to play UWI against another university. They don't get the support that the halls get in their inter-hall.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So these are things that affect it. Until we find another Sherwin Williams and other people who will come out and be like gold sponsors, brand sponsors, and come on and put a proper thing in place with proper rules, proper regulations that will make sure the teams are stand up to these things. It won't happen.
Yeah.
I just say there's men on the world as far as the thing concerned.
Sports. Yeah, but you know what? I think this is a big point. Duckland just raised. People are trying to take at least one comment from each of you, right? So bear with me, but you see, I skip and I go back. I don't just want people to be here. I want them to feel like they belong to the thing by responding to their comment. We need to market these players' monies. We have not even had an interview of these players by the major TV stations, which is true. I mean, you have been in the medias and you have even made yourself available to vloggers like us. But it's probably something that we need to do, even to talk to some of the players. But I think this is a good point, because sometimes just the visibility, and I will tell people, like, I've been to the games. The ladies are very welcoming. They are not hostile. They are friendly. I think to their own detriment, because they would stay out there all day, all night, just taking pictures and selfies with fans. I don't think the men are into the selfie business. So it is, I think that they can be approached and they wouldn't have an issue doing it, which would help with the marketing of the whole product. Yeah. Jamaicans are not passionate about sports like we think we are. Then I don't feel the JA Society is a full supporter of sport itself, which is what you have been saying, Coach.
Yeah, football, for instance, even the male side. People, when I had this conversation with someone before, and they were very critical of what I was saying. But I'm saying we don't have a football, we have a culture. The culture, a football culture, is something like what they do in England. The team coming last and the stadium still full.
Yeah.
Here, Harbourview, Waterhouse, Arnett Gardens, Tivoli Gardens, they do it. This season start off with they win 6 games straight, or they win 3 games, draw 1, win 3 more, and everybody shouting and shouting. Them have 5 losses straight or something. The crowd, they get dropped. Nobody now come watch them. They don't come to support the team in bad times. They want to support in good times. That's why we don't have a culture. And until we start to develop a culture for the game here, nothing going to get better.
Yeah.
It's just so it is. You can't compare ourselves to England and things. A man beat up people all the time over things. That's the nature of the thing.
Yeah.
I tell you something. There's a parish that supports football more than any parish, and that's St. Anne. When you carry a game of Draxall, if you carry 2 donkey and two horses and play against each other, this place full.
Yeah, that is true.
That's why I chose. That's why when I was there, I chose to go play
RFM.
I chose to go play RFM down there and make money for the girls. The RFM staff play against the girls, and people come and sign autograph and take picture with the girls, and it's a vibrancy down there. We don't have it I don't see it anywhere else.
Yeah.
And Montreal is one of the places that support the girls too. They came out and are same thing and watch the game. So we need people to start. When you get the support and the behavior matches the support, you have a good product.
Recently, I did an interview with AQ, former Wolmerian, and he's because he travels, he doesn't miss the Jamaica again. He's part of a group of Jamaicans that travels and watch the reggae boys all over.
Yeah.
Every game they went to the World Cup games, except I think in Mexico, when they weren't allowed to have any spectators. And one of the things he says is that there are some simple things Jamaica need to get. And I keep going back to this. He says, when we even go into the game, we'll be going to watch Honduras versus Jamaica, and half of the people then wear them blue shirt. Half the Jamaicans wear them blue shirt, and Honduras wear blue. And he
not realizing the importance of wearing yellow and black.
And he was saying because the people are more interested in looking good.
Yeah. That's what
That's what support the team. When he said that, all you need to do is put on a yellow shirt. Put on a yellow shirt. But yeah. Havana, somebody's asking about Havana. I know that her injury is taking a little bit longer than is expected.
It's another update from the doctor about her. The doctor keeps in touch with her.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but coach, I know it's you're ahead of us, so it's a little bit late over there. I don't want you to fall asleep, but there are many comments.
I'm good, man.
Okay, so let me just give you some more so you can the girls, this one is saying, can the girls play against some of the no man from the JPL at the Carl, you can't see we played, you got the World Cup. You watch the JPL game them, Carl.
I've had situation. Let me answer that. Let me answer Marcus. I've had situation that in the early days. Once one of the girls salad a man, she become a man. And he's gonna come to her like a man. It happened to us. Yeah, I used to do that. I used to go play the like for the under 17 team. I used to go play the under 15 boys because they are stronger and faster than the girls. And once you do anything and some of these girls can play.
Yeah.
And the boys don't give nothing. They don't care about the girls after them start because they don't want the girls to do them certain thing and their friends laugh at them. So it's a very bad thing, you know. At the younger age, yes, but not at this.
At the senior age, yeah. Yeah, man. Yes, good leader can take criticism, whether good or bad. Way to go, coach. That's from Triple E. All right, yes, talking to the media is good, coach. I have changed my mind about you. I think you can get the job done. So you have convinced some people.
I hope so. Well, Green, I tell you, even then, you know, I hope so because, you know, I just have to do what I have to do in the best way I think. We are coaches, you know. Whether we get it right sometime, get it wrong sometime, but hopefully what I do will be right.
Yeah. Coach, USA will be tough. They are bringing in their veterans back. I think we should go on the attack. Don't sit back.
I understand what you're saying because in the last game we played, that's exactly what we did. We gave up the entire field for them. I'm not saying that you have to be very careful. You have to be guarded in the way you play against them. But I don't see the reason why we should just invite them into our ear just every time, you know, when we can press them high. You know, I just think they make bad passes too, like everybody else. They make bad decisions too, like everybody else. You try to make them make a bad decision where you can capitalize on it. You know, I don't think that's my approach, but some people say, boy, you're stupid to play them open because they're a better team. Yeah, but you know, we have to if we want to win, for instance, if I'm playing them at last and I know that we have to win, I'm not going to sit back. They have to give me 10 love.
Yeah.
You understand me?
Yeah. Coach, okay, and then Eddie Gunnar says, who is on penalties? Suppose Bunny is not on the field.
Well, we have not sat down and worked out that. That has to be done in training. Penalty is something that, trust me, you have people who practice penalty and miss. You know, so penalties, yes. I like those people who are confident, and even sometimes the confident ones just pick up the ball and that's it. Well, we'll have an idea of who's going to take the penalties. We won't need penalties. Well, if we get a penalty in the game, then Bonnie will be there. You have Trudy Carter who can take the penalty. You have a lot of people and they can take the penalties.
Yeah. Yeah. And,
but those things will be developed when a lot of areas will show up when we get to the training camp. Because remember, what most people don't really take into consideration, I've only had a team for the first two games against Bermuda and Grenada. I had a team for like 2 hours, if so long. For both teams. And not even 2 hours, because in the hour that I get official training session, they have to do the activation and the warm-up and thing. And it takes 15, 20 minutes out of the session. And between breaks, water break and all that, I have probably 45 minutes with the girls. But now that we're going to have a good training camp, good
and preparation,
it should be better.
Yeah. Malik Mill says, Coach, will you start the president? Tiffany Cameron.
All 3 games. It depends. Tiffany wouldn't mind me saying it on air. But in the first
she's
game,
in good form. Honestly, she's in good form.
That's right. I tell you something. I tell you what. She wasn't doing what I asked her to do. And I deliberately never start her in the game. And I spoke to her afterwards and said, okay, no, you know what you have to do, right? And she started the game and she did well. And afterwards, she had a conversation. She was elated. I'm not saying that I did it to spite her. But if I'm a coach and I'm asking to play one way and not doing it, it's not supposed to be on my field. You can't play for yourself. You have to play the way our game model determines what we want to do against the team. And this is why we did well against Bermuda. If you look, I mean, not the Bermuda, but
Dominican Republic. Yeah.
You know, sometimes Jody comes in, but if you look on the right side, even when Page comes on, shows you the same thing. Stay wide, got the ball over the head and defend.
It's tough, you know. I don't think I think probably the side, and if we're playing with the wingers, like I don't see who we have on the side, because I noticed that you have played Paige and Tiffany on that right side, but on the left side we have only seen Jody deployed over there. I don't know if we have a next left winger.
That's a discussion we had. Just a discussion we had recently too. You know, but we have to have somebody who can come in. But Jody is normally on the field all the time. You know, but we have other people who can fill the spot. We don't have a naturally left-sided player. You know?
Right, that's what I'm saying. That she's the only naturally left-sided player.
Yeah, and if you notice, Jody don't cross the ball as often. She put the ball on the ground. She cuts it and put the ball across.
Right, yes, cuts the ball.
We don't have a midfielder or a wing back who can go there and make the crosses into money, which is what we need against Mexico.
Which is what I think Wilson can do, because I've seen her play.
No, not think she can do it.
Right, so she's a very good.
Attracted me to her in the first place.
Right, she's a overlapping wing back that squares the ball very well.
And strong.
Yeah. Very pacey as well. I don't know. She's not as fast. I think she's faster than Bonnie, but she's not as fast as Jody.
She might be faster than Bonnie, but she's not quicker than Bonnie.
Okay.
You know, there's a little difference there.
And
Jody to me is the only team player on the pitch that really and give that change of pace, which is crucial.
Okay. As long as actually saying as long as the girls don't take the penalties like Kepa for Chelsea. Big up management and coach Vin Blaine. El Padrino says it is 4 a.m. here, but be there. Yeah, man, always respect. Thanks a lot.
That is good. Good.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Brown Beer back again. Says, Coach, I see that you have a soft spot for Trudy Carter.
All right, let me ask Brown Beer one question. Has she produced? I want him answer. I want Brown Beer answer me.
Brown Beer, you hear the question. Has she produced Brown Beer? So you have to answer that in a Brown Beer.
Yeah, Brown Beer answer that.
Yeah. Girls. Yeah, no girls against. No girls against boys. Yeah, man. Big up. Let me just pick up some of the other vloggers who are here watching. Coach Minzy from the coach's desk. Eddie Guna is also in your CC Sports Lab. Yeah, man. Thanks for you guys joining as well and being a part of the discussion. Really appreciate your company, Coach. We will beat Mexico and draw with the USA.
Sound good. Oh, please read that for your variant where we can say okay for true, Malik.
Yeah.
Well, that's really the plan to do is to win our first game. I think winning the first game is really, really important. So,
Coach, I think you had confirmed on Sports DTM that Drew Spence is all set now with paperwork.
Yeah,
and he said it earlier.
Yeah,
said that
she is.
And Jade Bailey is also on the verge. And then he also said, for those who are joining late, that the Crystal Palace left back, they had a conversation today, so her process is going.
Yeah, and for those, just for information for your viewers, when you take a player from another country who has already played, for those who don't know, you have to get clearance from FIFA. So you have to get clearance from their MA, which is the English FA.
Right, and Drew played for England.
Yeah, she played under 23. And also Jade played. Jade played under 15, under 20, and one under 23 practice game. It's a practice game that Drew played also. But when we approach these players, we have to get clearance from their FA. In this case, the English FA. And also, we have to send the documentations to FIFA for clearance. If you don't do that and they play without permission, you can get into trouble. Because FIFA now has to go through a process and clear the player that she's okay, based on the fact that their FA cleared them to play.
Okay.
The process. And this is what happened with Drew. We never get the clear. I brought Drew to Jamaica because I thought she would have gotten to play. And we never get the clearance from FIFA in time. But we got the clearance today, this morning, as a matter of fact. So she's okay to go.
Right, because her paperwork, all her paperwork was done. Is
she had her passport.
Yeah,
she had her passport while she was here.
Yeah,
she had her passport. We could not take the chance to play her, and she wasn't cleared by FIFA. So she's good to go now.
All right. Any room for Peyton McNamara? I think Peyton will struggle to get into this team, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but let me
young. I had planned to bring her. My plan was to bring her in the first round, but then she had to go with the under
U20s, and she got injured.
Yeah, she got injured,
and she's recovering from that.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, because I know even the other young lady, Maya Mitchell, she's not fully recovered. Her injuries,
severe.
Yeah, severe.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how bad Peyton's injury is. Yeah, Malik Mills says, "Don't forget about me from Talawa TV." All right, and then Badger says that Trudy Carter is a special player.
Mm-hmm.
We soon get to Broadbeer, don't worry.
Broadbeer don't say to get.
One says, Coach, I see you like playing the ball on the wings. Curious to know if you will have a strategy to work on playing through the middle of the field more and working the ball with your midfield players.
Well, no, that we have a Jew Spence that is sort of, we call her a general in midfield. She'll give us that option. When we do that, though, is it 20?
Yeah.
When we do that, if you at the top of the conversation, I was saying that we need to have some more players running through this behind, making runs behind the defense, right? And that's where that comes in. When we play through the middle, through the central areas, we want players to move off the ball and create space for them to make that run behind, right? So right now I like the wings because when you play on the wings, if you look at all the teams really, once the ball is in the central area, the two wingers go wide and create problems for them. We have this thing we talk about, the half space. It's important that we use that too, the inner spaces. But is what we're in the inner spaces that you go to. So we are playing with us in mind, and it depends on who we're playing. Who we are playing. I know we went wide with Damrit because they were having three in the back. At most of the time, so we have to utilize those spaces outside on the outside spaces.
Yeah,
and it did work because most of our goals, all of our goals came from crosses.
Yep. Or from the wide player cutting in.
Mm-hmm.
I think a very good one of the very good things. I think our goalkeeper, she's very good at distributing the ball, which helps us to play. Like counter very quickly, because I know the goal that Jody Brown scored, the first goal had to do with how she got rid of that ball, accurate pass right on Jody who finished up the job. But
you have to give Trudy Carter credit too. She's the one that made the header to Jody.
Yeah,
both
that is true.
Ran up to the ball, and that was a good combination. Both ran to the ball.
If you say Trudy Carter, the person who says you have.
But I'm waiting for Brown Beer, man. I'm waiting for him. You must come on and say something. Yes, Lauren Silva is out. I think Lauren has some problem with the first group, and she's out. I think so too. She was a very capable left-sided player, but she was not being used in the World Cup qualified. I don't think she was. So I haven't heard anything from her.
Yeah. Brown Beer, you don't answer the first question and you ask next question. Answer it. Brown Beer, you have to answer the question that was asked of you. So the question, let me ask you the question if you forget. Has she been performing? So answer that question and then we will come back to this right there. Satara Murray, coach said that Satara Murray from Bristol City, she will be in the team as well.
Yeah.
All right, he did answer that earlier.
Yeah.
Do we have a backup camp for the team? Our CDM, I think backup CDM, not a central attacking midfield. I think we have many of those. Because Trudy can play there. Drew can play there.
Jade.
Jade.
But Jade no more holding.
Mackay can Mackay.
Jade can play anywhere you want her, man.
Yeah.
She's that type of girl.
Yeah.
I get criticized for using her in central midfield. But if they understand, I would never was going to take off Bonnie because Bonnie can give me a goal at any time. And to have a good player sitting on the bench the whole time, to me, don't make any sense. And she can play. She has proven to us that she can play central midfield when she played in the Bermuda game. So I brought her in to shore up midfield, central area in the Dominic game. She can play there. And when you ask her to play, she don't quiver at all. She just say yes, coach. I like that type of player.
Okay, all right. So, coach, I'm going to let you answer this one. I know the answer already, but for the final time, you probably can't answer it.
All right, yeah. When we contacted Lauren James, she told us she's not eligible to play for Jamaica. She's eligible to play for, I think, Grenada and another country, but not Jamaica. I get this question just about every time I go on any blog, and it's her teammate right now is Drew Spence, right? And Drew asked her to, and she said she's not eligible. I think that the father had said that she could play. I just said, but she can't play. I checked her out from the first time I came on your program.
I told him because sometimes
the person mentioned her name. I went right away and checked her out.
Yeah.
And I contacted her, and she said she can't play. She's not eligible.
Yeah. Yeah. Top goalkeeper, calm with the ball. And this is M10 football. Big up M10 football.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Calm with the ball at the feet, and she distributed very well.
Yeah,
someone is asking. I got a message here. I think they were trying to call, but because we're not taking calls, because we're so close now, coach. They're asking if you're planning on adding any additional personnel to your present coaching staff for what is happening in Mexico, or this is it is all set.
This is basically it. I have a young Tony Cowan female in the group, specifically because I wanted a female in the coaching staff. She's actually doing her UEFA B license out of Scotland. She's finishing up in May. I thought that bring her into an environment like this would help the female coaches in Jamaica to see what they can achieve. Right now we have Tashana Vincent with under 20, and we have James with the under 17, and they travel shortly to go away.
Yeah,
so Alicia James, Tashana Vincent, and now Tony Cowan. So we have one coach in each level, senior, 20, and 17, and it only can do well for the development of coaches. You have a lot of other coaches, female coaches, that need a break, right? That eventually will. My aim, my goal, and what I would love to see is an all-female coaching staff at the under 17, at the under 20, and even at the senior team level, if it can happen. But it takes a process. It's a process, and we have to give the female coaches an opportunity.
Yeah. So you have Cohen, part of your coaching staff. There's
Cowan.
You, Cowan.
Mm-hmm. Cowan.
There's you.
Right.
There's Clive Redburn, goalkeeper coach.
Yes.
Physical trainer.
Harry Nelson.
Harry Nelson.
Mm-hmm.
And you have two assistants.
Yeah, I have Everton Edwards. Actually had coached the so a couple of my players he coached a couple of my players when I was in charge of the team at FIU. He has been at FIU as a player, goalkeeper, and also as a coach of the female team for over 20 years or 20-something years. He's now with Arsenal in London, as in the development phase of the women's game there. He travels to different places and they conduct things there. As a matter of fact, I want to collaborate with them to come and boost up the game in Jamaica. We have
so it's from Florida, FIU.
And we have also Kevin Magreskin. He's actually originally from Scotland. he just finished a job in Mexico where he was coaching a top team in female team in Mexico.
In the Mexican League, yes.
Yeah, so he's kind of familiar with some of the players. He's also an instructor like myself. So those are the people around the team right now. The doctor is a female. The physiotherapist is a female. So we have those three around the team. You know, so it's I myself don't. I mean, I would love to see a female Jamaican team to the World Cup or even a qualifier. And the girls that are in there now will develop and probably be capable.
Yeah, well, you have Alicia Dredd James as well. That she's doing her thing.
Alicia, she was the captain of the team before when I coached.
Wilson, I said. Yeah,
Wilson. And she affectionately called Dredd. She's from Montego Bay originally.
Yeah.
She went to GC Foster. And she was with GC Foster when Bell was coaching there. Burgess Bell. I think it's Burgess that gave her a break. She's now with the head coach of Navarro College in Texas. And she had been there quite a while. And some of our girls have gone through her. Yeah. You know, so
there are good options. There are good options out there for the future.
Yeah. I was just asked by a coach if I have anyone that wants to be an assistant coach, a girl, that she can pursue her master's at the same time. So I'm looking at getting someone in there. You know.
Awesome. That's good. Malik not giving up on this one. He says, management, I'm telling you, Tiffany will win. Play off the tournament.
Yeah, well,
everybody have the fan. It's okay for you to have your fan favorite.
No, Malik. I love that. I love that because Tiffany showed that she can play, right? I just had to make her understand that she has to play the way we want her to play, and in situations where necessary, then she has to apply her skills in that area. But if we start out the way we want to play, I'm not saying that they can't go inside and play when it's necessary. But if our plan is to play a certain team a certain way, she has to facilitate that. And then if anything changes, her own tactical intelligence can play.
Chip in,
yeah.
All right.
And she understands that now.
Yeah. Coach, can we take the girls around the city as you used to once?
Yeah, well, I that's one of my plans. We couldn't do it now in this time.
You have to wait until you qualify.
Yeah, we're in a phase where we can't do that now. But because I had planned, if I had gotten an earlier camp, I had planned to do that while the girls were here, because some of them have never gone through the country. You know, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, man, when they qualify and preparing for the World Cup, man, them come play IRFM in a center and they, you know, understand me, then just
we play a big team in the stadium and full stadium.
There you go. You know? Yeah, because some of them, they may have not experienced, you know, we
need to win a couple of games and we'll be good to go. It's important that we try and win the games, you know.
And qualify.
But I say, you know, the ball is wrong, everything can be, but our intention is to come first or second. You know, it's one of those things.
Don't worry, some of them girls here not even know we're halfway through that. That is true. Some of the male footballer them don't know it too. I understand. So don't just blame.
Maybe more of them don't know it than the girls.
There you go. And Serving, were you given a pool of players by the JFF technical team to select from? Did you select all the players?
No, I tell you, I'll be very honest with you. I inherited these players from the last set of the players that played in the Costa Rica game, the
Nigeria, the USA,
and the
Nigeria.
The Nigeria game. So I didn't. The only ones I brought in was some of them to show up some position like Douglas and Alika Keane.
Yeah.
You know, what I also did was start to give as Brown Bear take me on again. But I gave
him gone.
I gave Trudy Carter a freer role, you know, and let her start, and it's paying dividends. But the team actually I select from that group, from that pool. Not everyone that they played I select, but I select from that pool of players.
This is a big question, you know. Oh my Lord, you know, this is one of my favorite players on the team.
Yeah, no, you said it already. In any team at all, if my style requires a person that will give us that +1 in the back. I've said it before, right? Because with the pressing that people doing now, right? If I drop on my number 6 player, my central midfielder back into the box, I am losing a diagonal pass. When I have a good goalkeeper who can use her feet,
distribute the ball, yeah.
in the back. So now I have 3 players to there, 2 that are pressing, and she is very calm, as somebody said in the session. I try to bring them in. That the last game I brought her in, the Grenada game I brought her in.
Right, she kept in the Grenada game, yes.
And then the game against came and I brought in.
You brought in Jameson.
Jasmine.
I
brought her in. So it depends on how the games go. And also we have to factor in that in training, how they look in training makes a big impact on the goalkeeper, coach, and myself, who we select. I have the last word, but I have to make sure that all are happy. And I know she wants to keep, I know that. But I have to find a way to get her in the game. And sometimes it's not easy, because of the style that we use. If we play around the back a lot, we pass the ball to the keeper. She knows to distribute the ball. You can see that she created the first goal against Damre.
Right.
Her quick decision making. So it's one of those things that goalkeepers are in a very unique position that the number one always start. It's just sad, but I understand the question.
Yeah. All right, coach, listen, very good talk. I think we have gotten some perspective as to where the team is headed, what is going to happen.
Yeah.
So really looking forward, really looking forward to the tournament. Like I said, I am optimistic that we will finish second in our group and qualify. I think we are that good as a team. I think we have the quality, and if all things go our way, we should be there. I have no doubt. But we still respect the opponent because it is a game and anything can happen. I don't think the normal trashing that would get from the USA. I think Jamaica's football is getting to the place where that is a thing of the past. It reminds me of days when we were going to Mexico to play. There was a time when the expectation was that we were going to get 6 or 8 or 10 with the male team. Then we got to a place where no, we're not going to get 6, but we're going to lose. No, we go there. We feel like we can get a draw. We feel like, and I think we're getting closer to the USA. So looking forward to the tournament, and I really believe that. I really believe that you will, you will get the job done. See, somebody, no man, them don't want me. They don't want to give me no job, man.
Malik, he has been begging, but I can't afford him.
The thing problem, the money, I understand me. Malik, nobody lick up me thing, because I want my money right away. Time to get, understand me, Malik.
Yeah, man. Always good to talk to you, my brother. And I hope your optimism comes up trumps,
Yeah, and I need to talk to because we need some of the young ladies to come on and begin to interact with the fans. So
it's kind of difficult sometimes, though, because at the time, because they're now in bed, they're now same time as the man before. They're 6 hours ahead of us and 5.
No, man. Listen, here's the thing. This is us. Anything for ladies. If they say, man, get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, I'll record it, man, because I think it is important for them as well. As many of them as possible, just to let them talk to the public.
What you could do, if we do it
with our male footballer,
like 4 or 3 at a time.
Yeah, there you go.
Give them each perspective at that time.
Yeah.
And you can ask, like for instance, Malik, like Tiffany, so she can come on, and Bonnie can come on, Trudy can come on, and then Don can ask you why she's the favorite.
Yeah, it can facilitate that, because here's the thing. I think there's a part of the difference with the men is that we interact with the men on these platforms for the most part. With the ladies, it's a little bit different. And I think it's also different because, you know how, like, it's almost like when women come onto a stream like this, is a woman with a whole heap of man. When a male player come on, is a male with a whole per man. So no look nonsense can go on. But when a woman come on, you can have suggestive things, you know. So they have to also protect themselves and be careful of that as well. So I think like group thing will be better for them on the platforms. But coach, get some rest. And all the best to you.
Thanks much, man.
Oh, somebody saying, Coach Stennett is saying that I keep saying second and not first in the group. So he's busy. All right, you're right, sir. But you know, I give credit where credit is due. Based on what I've seen of the USA, I'm not saying it is impossible, but I have them as first in the group. I mean, maybe and I'm willing to be wrong. You understand me? I don't have a problem being wrong, but that is why. But I do understand you, Coach Stennett. Yeah, man. All right, so Coach, you take care. We will talk again. Man. Yeah,
all
man.
Right. Take care.
Yeah, man. Blessings.
All right, all listeners.
Yeah, man.
Bye.
All right, so there you go, people. Coach Vin Blaine spending almost 2 hours with us talking about the Reggae Girlz, right? Very, very, very good conversation. Listen, you may have missed some of the stuff that was said earlier, so go back and listen to it. Please, we need to get this video up to 100 likes. So if you have not yet, please go and hit the like button. And like the coach just said, we're going to make some plans to have some of the girls on so you can interact with them as they prepare for this. We're also going to be talking to some persons connected to the U17 female team that will be heading over to the Dominican Republic for their tournament. I have, that Brooks, the goalkeeper from the U20, she's there. Smith, Andrine Smith, I think her name, she's there. Buckley's also there. And Avery Johnson, AJ, is also in the team for the U17. She will be there. Remember, she did an interview on the platform, so she will be there at the U17. Lot of expectations for the Jamaican team in that tournament. So let's see what will happen. I want to thank every single one of you for being with me for this time. Always appreciate your company, appreciate your support. I mean, just continue to support in the work that we're doing. You do that by hitting the like button, sharing and subscribing. That will be good. Get someone else to subscribe. Big up to El Padrino. I have to give a special shout out to you. I mean, probably around 5 o'clock in the morning, and you got up and you're part of the stream. All the persons who are 6 and 8 hours ahead, and you take time out to watch this. We really, really, really appreciate that. Tomorrow we have 2 big interviews, right? These are 2 special interviews. I don't want you to miss them. We have one at 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Jamaican time. You don't want to miss that. This is one of the big player managers in the globally. Christopher Hill is his name. He manages Jamaicans and other global stars. You will see that basketball, football, just different sporting disciplines. And then later in the evening, we'll have Woldy Harris. Yeah, major league star, now a coach at the Colorado Rapids. He's also former reggae boy, Kingston College player, big player. So join us for those. Blessings to every one of you, all of the fellow bloggers. Talawa TV, big up. Coach Minzy at Coach's Desk. Bless up. I saw Sports Down the Middle was on as well. Unseen Sports was on earlier. CC Sports Lab was on earlier. Thank you as fellow bloggers for coming on and being a part of the work. I am Manning's Man. It was my joy and my pleasure being here with you. Enjoy the rest of your night, what is left of it. Watch some basketball as the Brooklyn Nets have lost. Oh, you mean God bless you? Oh, jeez. Yeah, man. Hey, listen, we're glad my team beat Chelsea. And guess what? I have Manchester United Saturday at 6:30. Me now to hype up myself. Still me are going easy. Flying under the radar. Manchester a big side, man. Manchester United a big side. Arsenal no good. Bless up, people. I'm Manning's Man. And that is it for our show.
Yo, watch about dog, SK New Erdis, the body out there, Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, you cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Orchard Race, Galtigo Bay, everywhere. I Am Sure Sports, check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like, ha. Yeah, someone on for the food from we young, from we day, you need height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.